Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mana Cave. My name is Ed.
And I'm Travis, and I have a lot of nerve showing my face in the Mana Cave after my last couple of matches. They were not my finest hour.
Yeah, well, this is, for those of you who haven't watched the previous one, I'll put a link up on the video. But this is sort of a continuation of the last episode of the Mana Cave, where we had the two sort of finalists from our 1v1 2017 Commander series. So it came down to Edgar Markov and then Arabo Roar the World, the Vampires versus the Cats, or the Manafang matchup, which I forgot to mention last time. And
the fangs.
Yes, yeah. And Travis got horribly mana screwed. Now,
both hands go up.
In my defense, as the person who chose to release the video, he did keep a 7-card hand, so there was no, and we have certain mulligan rules which we've actually sort of altered, and I'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah.
So, you did decide to keep the two land hand.
Yeah.
And you didn't even have anything you could cast right away, though you did draw into Blood Artist.
Well, I knew that was happening.
Yeah.
Because I'm the magic man when it comes to top decks, just not,
yeah,
top 7 cards, apparently.
And then nothing happened for you. And I was able to
eventually I got a land, I think that had the bounce land, I think. So
yes,
it's like,
yeah, so you were eventually able to get some. But by then I had a ton of land and a ton of
magic
mana
gathering
happening. So it may not have been the best matchup, and especially for a finals. But even then, I was considering having the finals be a best 2 out of 3. But the Commander games can be quite long. So
not that one, though. We talked a lot.
Yeah, we talked a lot during that one.
Yeah.
So this is going to be games possibly 2 and 3 of a best 2 out of 3 for the championship. We may do another 1v1 Commander at some point, possibly even the next episode leading up to the new Planeswalker deck sets.
Yeah, they come out pretty soon too, though. Like a couple weeks or so, a week.
So, and as soon as they come out, I'm going to get them. I'm going to do an opening for those, and then we're going to do a Mana Cave, of course, and then we're also going to have Jace from the previous one fight whoever ends up winning the next one. But for this one, we may do a loser bracket one with the Dragon deck and the Wizard deck, which never got to fight. That one will just be a one of. This one is going to be the continuation. Yeah, I think that'll be a fun one to do. So, but that one would just be a one of. This one is, once again, the continuation, the completion of the best 2 out of 3. So it may be a longer video or maybe quite short, depending on how it works out.
I feel like you're just throwing me a bone because...
No. I mean, like, you part of it is that we actually have certain mulligan rules, and we've slightly changed them. Metal Mike left a comment and suggested the Paris mulligan rule, which is a little bit different in the sense that you get to pick certain cards from your hand and then set aside other cards that you want to get rid of, then draw that many cards -1 to sort of, and apparently it's quite popular with Commander, to, it typically helps someone start off on a better foot when it comes to Commander. Now with 1v1 Commander, it's different than regular Commander in the sense that you get a free mulligan with regular Commander. So we are going to be using the Paris mulligan rule from now on, not just in 1v1 Commander, but in regular games that we do that aren't Commander games, because one of the goals of the Mana Cave is to have the best game possible.
Yeah.
And this seems like a way to ensure that we have better hands on average throughout playing. We also have another rule, which we never really talked about, where if both of us decide to mulligan before because we draw our hands and everything before we start recording.
Save time.
Yeah, which we're going to probably stop doing because we talk so much. We might as well be doing that while we're talking.
Yeah.
But if both of us mulligan, then we both get free mulligans. The second someone says, I'm going to keep this hand, that's when the other person is now on the spot for, if they want to mulligan, they now have to mulligan regular, like Vancouver mulligan rules.
Yeah.
But from here on out, we're going to be doing that with the Paris mulligan rule on top of it.
Stack.
Yeah, and it's really, it's just because the idea of these is not to be super, super competitive, though we do get competitive sometimes. It's to try to show off the decks that we're playing, and so that there's decent games. So You're not competitive?
What? No, dude. And it's not that I'm competitive, it's that everybody picks on me when I'm doing well or something.
I don't pick on you when you're doing well.
No, because it's all heads up here. But when it's multiplayer, everyone's like, hey.
I tend to feel, you guys don't, we've known each other for a long time. So in my mind, Travis has certain things that he does, which to the naked eye, to someone outside of the friendship, doesn't seem like he's poking me with a sharp stick. But I swear to God, he knows the buttons to push at this point. So he'll make little comments and he'll be like, he just wants me to explode. He wants to light that powder keg. It should also be noted that both of our voices are rough right now.
It is so cold.
Yeah.
It's so
And-
cold, Winnipeg.
And I did a video, which I haven't edited yet, where I did a lot of talking, and that actually destroyed my voice about 2 days ago. So I've been trying to rest at my voice, but you can probably hear it that it's not the strongest ever. So I'm going to try not to freak out if Travis starts crushing me. So I'm going to try to stay level and calm. Now, all that said, you kept 7 cards.
I kept 7 cards.
I kept 7 cards. We're starting at 30 life as per the Magic Online 1v1 Commander rules. And yeah, we've talked about them before. I'm going to read them off one more time because we're starting basically a new video. My commander is Erebos, Roar of the World for 3, a green and a white. Gets a 5/5 legendary cat avatar. It has Eminence. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if Erebos is in the command zone or on the battlefield, another target cat you control gets +3/+3 until the end of turn. Whenever, excuse me, we're drinking beer as well too. Whenever another cat you control attacks, you may pay 1, a green and a white. If you do, it gains trample and gets +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is its power. So that is my commander.
And I am piloting the Edgar Markov deck. Edgar Markov is a legendary creature, Vampire Knight. He is a tough cast, in my opinion. It's 6 mana, a black, a white, a red, and 3 colorless. His Eminence ability is whenever you cast another vampire spell, if Edgar Markov is in the command zone or on the battlefield, create a 1/1 black vampire creature token. Edgar himself does have first strike and haste, and whenever Edgar Markov attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. I have been reading so much Nancy Drew lately that you think I would just be reading cards and things like they're fine, but no, apparently there's a finite amount of reading aloud you can do in any given day.
And it's tougher when you're on camera as opposed to when you're, reading Nancy Drew home alone.
With a glass of wine and in the bathtub and
out loud to yourself.
out to myself in the bath. Leave me alone, honey.
Now, in the past, you've also mentioned that, and this is bizarre, that you're like, you don't think it should just be a 1/1.
No, they should have
vampire.
flying
And
or
lifelink.
Or lifelink.
Or
Not
lifelink.
both.
I thought it was
Come
flying and
on. I'm
lifelink.
not greedy.
Yeah.
I'm a little greedy.
And this card is actually banned in 1v1 Commander, but we play by a different set of rules here on the Mana Cave. So I think we've talked our mandatory 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Before. Oh, actually, you know what? I do have one more thing to say. I was going to save it to the end. I'm going to do it now just to get out of the way because I'll probably forget, and then that would be horrible. But I've thanked you in the past before because Travis left Mana Cave for the day-to-day sort of Mana Cave, and yet he continues to come back and be a tremendous help by shooting the Mana Cave videos, because without Travis for the past, I don't know how many months now, there probably wouldn't have been a Mana Cave. So, as a token of thanks, you don't even know that I was doing this. As a token of thanks, I would like to give you this here.
Feels squishy. I'm curious. Is it?
This is my way of saying thank you for the help over the past several months with the Mana Cave.
Is it like a Mana Cave or a? You did not.
Yep.
You did not.
Yeah.
Where did you? I don't want to. Oh. Nope.
So yeah, I ordered one for myself, and I actually pre-ordered when they were on sale, and I thought YOLO was the best fit for you as far as your play style and the decks you play. So once again, that's just to thank you for.
I thought it was gonna be
not to get too mushy or anything like this. No, don't brain pulp shirts. Not yet. Not for a while. But yeah. Awesome. So there you go. So thank you once again. Anyways, enough of the sentimental baloney.
Now we're to the 6-minute mark.
Now we're into the 6-minute mark. Now we're gonna get into it.
7 cards.
Okay, so 7 cards. We are gonna roll to see who goes first.
Rakdos rolling.
8. Snake is. Hopefully, that's not an indication as to how the rest of the
pipe down, you.
For you.
Don't be hating on my Rakdos rolling. That's not a good sign.
Okay, now let me do one quick camera check to make sure everything's still on. Yes, everything's still on, and we're gonna start off. And I'm gonna start off by.
I don't want to do this, but should we show our opening hands?
Thank you for reminding me, Travis. That could have been horrible. You will go first.
Okay.
I'm actually going to get you... Now, we've laid them out before.
Yeah.
I had a hard time seeing them in editing to put the graphics up. So if you could hold them slightly up to the camera, about this, somewhere around in the middle.
In there somewheres?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. That is my opening hand. I have confidence with it, though, which is the important thing. Lots and lots of confidence. Nowhere to go but up from here. All right. Cards down. Eyes closed.
And I do appreciate the suggestion that we just lay them out on the table. But like I said, I have a hard time seeing them in editing to
Because
put
your
up the-
editing
to
window
put
is
up the
usually
graphics.
like this big.
Yeah. So this is my opening hand, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I think if I have any shot at beating this vampire deck, this might be a good shot. And as well too, I'm done. I should also point out that there's really no pressure on me because I've won the first game. So if I lose this game, there's still another game for me. But if Travis loses this game, it is over. It is over, and people will have to accept that the cat deck beat the vampire deck.
I still think that cat deck, considering if you go buying them, I think the cat deck is the cheapest one to buy.
It's the cheapest one to buy, and I think it's the best one 1v1 versus the vampire deck.
Versus the vampire deck. I think it's a neat deck in general. Like I said, it's that Voltron deck thing.
I'm going to play Blossoming Sands. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, I gain 1 life, and it can be tapped for either green or white mana. So I'm going to go up to 31, so I'm winning, and I'm going to pass the turn to you.
I'm on the draw.
You are on the draw.
Okay. I'm going to play the biggest value card ever. Evolving Wild.
Hey, there you go.
Now what I'm doing here, let's not lie, is I'm changing fate. So
That's right.
I could wait and everything, but I'll just tap, sacrifice. Oh, Evolving Wilds, in case anyone doesn't know, it's a land. You can tap it, sacrifice it, and search land for a basic land card. Put it on the battlefield, taps, and then shuffle your library. So
while you're doing that, do you want me to just go ahead and...
Just go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to look for a land. And I'm definitely not going to peek at the top few cards, see how bad things we're going to get. And I should say it is a basic land. So.
I should probably... There's a card I should probably play at this point. I'm actually going to play... I'm going to tap my land first. I'm going to play a Plains.
Oh, so am I.
I'm going to tap Blossoming Sands for green and the Plains for white and bring out Kasali Pride Mage. It's a 2/2 cat wizard. It's got Exalted. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, that creature gets +1/+1 to the end of turn. I can also pay 1 and sacrifice it to destroy target artifact or enchantment. And I feel like I could have done a different play, and you guys could probably figure it out by my opening hand. But I feel like I need to get a presence on the board early against the vampire deck, so I went with this. So, Travis,
That's a good one.
still shuffling?
Still shuffling.
It is a commander deck.
It's insane.
So this is why a lot of the times, if one of us has to shuffle for whatever reason,
Why couldn't Tiny Leaders take
we'll
off?
edit it out. Yeah, exactly. We played Tiny Leaders once in the Mana Cave, didn't we?
At least once.
Yeah.
We played it once.
We should try to bring it back.
It's not as though it's really dead, but I don't think it ever was huge.
Oh, it never got as huge as Commander. So yeah, I pass the turn to you.
So I untap my planes, draw. All right, I am going to just play a Norman Outpost. Norman Outpost enters the battlefield tapped. I can tap it for red, white, or black.
The Nomad Outpost or the Norman Outpost?
What do I call it? No mana? Or are you just being a jerk?
I think you said Norman.
Are you being a jerk? No mana outpost?
You're saying the
I know what's going on here.
But the thing is, Travis mispronounces things on purpose a lot of time.
No, not a lot of times, but about half the amount of times, so you don't know whether I'm doing it on purpose
I never
or not.
know when it's like, because there was something else where you would constantly refer to it as the boned. And I was like, oh, he's doing that on purpose. So,
Yeah. What's that all about?
as opposed to bonded. Okay, so no, sorry, this is my turn. I shouldn't untap
Yes.
you.
No,
It is my turn. Okay.
I passed you.
So you got your Norman Outpost.
Yes.
Okay.
Normie? It's a normal outpost.
I'm going to play the Croson Verge. Enters battlefield tap. I can tap it for colorless, or I can pay 2, sacrifice it, search your library for a forest and plains card, and put them onto the battlefield tapped. Shuffle your library after that. And I'm going to move to combat.
Move to combat.
I'm going to swing in with my
3/3.
Pride Mage, yes. And it does get +1/+1 until the end of turn because it's attacking alone, because it's exalted. So
I don't block. I dropped to 27.
Oh,
geez,
The
I could have
Eminence.
dropped it. Well,
the Eminence as well too. So
I'll drop
sorry
to-
about that.
yeah, no.
So there we go.
see, that's exactly the start I had, I think, when I had the cat deck. I had him and his Eminence and against a naked
Oh,
board.
you made the cat deck look good,
Yeah.
like really good. So I only hope that it's going to be like that for me. I'm going to pass the turn to you, sir.
Okay. Not a great card, but it's something. All right, I am going to... What do I need for you? Okay, I'm going to play a mountain. It is, a unhinged, unstable.
Someone's
mountain.
been pimping out their deck.
I have. I'm going to tap all 3 of these bad boys to cast the Karoo Mind Eater.
Oh,
He's a
yes.
1/3 Menache vampire. When he deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles a card from his or her hand face down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever. That was like top library. I can look at that card and I can play it. You may look at the cards exiled by him. You look at and play. Man, what's with me today? I may look at and play cards exiled with him. He is a vampire. I get a vampire thanks to Edgar Markov. Neither of them have haste. I pass to you, sir.
Pass to me. I have some interesting decisions coming up here. That even made my decision even harder. I'm going to play a Secluded Step. And it's enters the battlefield tapped. I can tap it for white, or it's got cycling for 1 white. And I did untap my creature, consider untap or consider cycling it earlier, but I think this is the better play. I got some tough choices here. Because one of the things about this card is that when it does exile it, you still have to cast it. You have to pay the mana to cast it. So if you don't have green, for example, like you don't in your commander colors, then I could simply exile a green card.
Yeah. I just hope you don't want that green card for any reason.
I'm going to actually move to combat.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing in with the Kasali Pride Mage. It becomes a 3/3. The Exalted trigger goes off. It becomes a 6/6.
Okay. I am going to token jump.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Bye-bye token. No trample, though, I'm assuming?
No trample.
Otherwise, that would have been pretty bad.
No trample. Yeah. Sadly, no trample. I'm then going to pay 3, including 1 white, and cast the Stalking Leonin. When Stalking Leonin enters the battlefield, secretly choose an opponent. It's going to be Travis. Reveal the player you choose. Exile target creature that's attacking you if it's controlled by the chosen player. Activate this ability only once.
Nice.
So I've got a secret opponent that I've chosen, and I'm going to now pass the turn to my only opponent in this game.
Not. But it's a secret.
It's a secret.
Shh. All right, that's something. I'm going to play a swamp. That's what I'm going to do.
So you now have...
Well, that was pretty much my whole thing, but I have
Yeah.
whole, in the regular ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play 1, 2, 3. Yeheni Undying Partisan. He's a 2/2 with haste. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, I get to put a +1 counter on him. I can sacrifice another creature, and he gains indestructible until the end of the turn.
Okay.
That says exile, though, doesn't it? It doesn't say destroy. Anything.
Exile, yes.
Yes.
So
It would, wouldn't it? I'm going to tap 1, also to cast Skullclamp.
ooh, okay. I like that card. Now you got choices.
I'm attacking with my Mind Eater. I mean, you can block. You can't block, but you can do your sacky thingy. You can do your sack. Because no, you don't sacrifice him or nothing. You just
No, I don't sacrifice him. I'd simply
reveal the player.
Yeah. If I reveal it, basically, if I say, okay, this
Yeah.
time, I'm going to use it. I mean, the other one. Now that's whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, it gets
Okay.
+1/+1.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's the bigger threat in the long run because of indestructible.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. No.
He is a vampire.
That's one of the triggers that it's supposed to happen regardless. So it's not a matter of you choosing to. It's a matter of it's going to happen, right? So if you miss it, we'll go ahead and put it out for you. Much like I did with the Eminence for.
Yeah.
I'm going to destroy him, and the reason why is because I don't want to have to. Now, it was when he attacks or
when he
deals
deals combat damage.
Okay, and he's got Menace, so I can't simply block him with 1. So
Yeah.
I am going to destroy the Mind Eater because
Okay.
I don't want to have to.
So you're targeting him?
I'm targeting him.
Okay. I am going to sacrifice him to give him indestructible.
Yeah. And +1/+1 counter, right?
No, it's when a creature you control
okay.
dies.
I
Otherwise,
got
I
you.
can sacrifice him to.
Okay.
Just in case you had any other shenanigans until the end of the turn with your tapped mana.
You might as well. You might as well,
pass
right?
to you.
So, okay. Draw 1 in. Don't draw 2. Don't cheat. Now is not the time to cheat.
Is it time for that later?
Okay. I'm going to play a Salt Crusted Step. I can tap it for colorless, or I can pay 1 and put a storage counter on Salt Crusted Steppe. I can pay 1 and remove X storage counters from Salt Crusted Steppe. Add X mana in any combination of green or white to your mana pool.
There's an impressive array of non-basic lands there.
I am then going to... This is tough. I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
And I'm just going to swing in with the Stalking Leonin. Now, Exalted triggers, so it's going to get +1/+1, so it is a 4/4. And it's also going to get 3/3 from my Eminence ability, so it is a 7/7 coming your way.
Okay. I'm going to block.
This is one of the reasons why the Vampire deck, unless something has Trample, is so good, because you just basically, you're creating chumpers for days, right? So, okay, so...
before damage, sacrifice, give him indestructible.
Yeah. No, I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
In my mind, that makes a lot of sense. What I'm going to do... I'm going to pay 5. Okay.
That's a lot of mana for this block.
And I'm going to cast Traverse the Outlands. Search your library for X basic land X. I don't know why I said it like that. X basic land cards, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Put those cards into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Now, currently his power is 7. So I'm going to search my library for 7 basic land cards, put them in the battlefield tapped. We're going to have an edit here, and we're going to get back in just a moment after I've grabbed 7 basic land
read
cards.
that card.
Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, boy.
Okay, and we're back, and I've grabbed 3 plains and 4 forests, and I'm going to get them in order and put them into the battlefield tapped. And Travis, I'm now going to pass the turn to you, sir.
All right. I need something here. Play another Full Art Swamp.
So neither of us are mana screwed.
No, we got mana. I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3. 1 black from the Norman Outpost. Nomad Outpost. Fine, I'll say it right. 3 mana is the Dark Imposter. He's a vampire assassin. Vampire. For 4, that's a lot. And 2 blacks, a total of 6. Exile target creature and put a +1 counter on Dark Imposter. Dark Imposter has all the activated abilities of all creatures exiled with it. Otherwise, he's just a 2/2.
Oh, wow. Now it's exile target creature, not creature you control.
No, exile. But I need.
And that costs you 6.
That costs 6.
And you're at 5 right now?
I'm at 5 right now.
Holy cow.
You look like you're reaching for like an instant spell there or something.
No, I'm super worried about that card now.
On the plus side, anything exile with him won't activate him because exile isn't dying.
Yeah,
but that was really concerning.
But if you exile him, you can get that ability.
Yeah,
you can get all the abilities.
6 mana and everything. I am going to just pass turn 2 this one.
Pass turn? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to untap. All my land.
Yeah, you got a lot of it there.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
Pretty happy with my mana base right now. Untap you as well, too. And draw a card. I'm going to play an Elfheim Palace. Enters battlefield tapped. I'm going to tap it for either green or white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. Well, that's not bad. That's bad counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do you want like a calculator, an abacus for all your mana there? Not that I'm being bitter or anything.
Okay.
7 mana.
I'm going to tap 6. And
chump change to this guy over here.
Cast Argentium Armor. Equipped creature gets +6/+6. Whenever equipped creature attacks, destroy target permanent. Equipped is 6. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to equip it onto the Stalker.
This is turn 6, and you're
and I just cast for 12 mana. This is something for 12 mana. And then we're going to move to combat.
We're gonna move to combat.
Okay, I am going to swing in with just the Leonin Stalker, which is a 9/9 up to a 10/10 due to Exalted, up to a 13/13. When it attacks, I destroy target permanent, so I'm going to destroy him.
All right. I feel like I'm falling a little behind in this game. I will jump.
And once again, he doesn't have trample. He could be a million, and it's still not going to do any damage.
Before combat damage, I'll sacrifice to give him
indestructible just in case of shenanigans. I got you.
You're all tapped out, I think, with your 13
I am all tapped
mana
out.
or so.
So I'm now going to pass the turn to you.
I'm not going to lie, I had a plan, but a lot of that plan involved my Dark Impostor being on the board. But, no. I just realized it's one of those things now where it's kind of all downhill from here, because no matter what I play, my best thing, you're going to get to destroy every combat round.
Except for him, which he can gain indestructible.
Yeah.
So, it's a tough spot. I'm not going to lie. It's a tough spot. I should also point out that I haven't played, and this is not to turn screws or anything, I haven't played any of the cards that I've added to this deck, and I've added 9 cards to this deck. I will list those 9 cards. Someone asked about them in the comment section, and I will list those 9 cards in the description of this video as well, too, which I've added.
I can cast Edgar, attack with both. There will be things that happen. I'll lose life, and because I won't get a token from him. He does not token out himself.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because it's another.
So to prolong black and black for the gifted Aetherborn, Death Touch and Lifelink. I won't even benefit from that lifelink because he probably will be with a Death Touch and all, a good target for the, but he is a vampire.
Yeah.
So I mean, he lives a little longer anyway. In theory, then I need. Okay, this is clearly I'm fishing through desperation. I'm giving up a chump because I can't do it at instant speed.
Okay, no, I got you. Yeah,
giving up a chump here.
And that allows you to draw a card or 2
maybe
cards?
I should. I don't think I can explain it's called Clamp on.
Oh yeah, because we said, "Oh, that's a great card," and
yeah, okay. So
assuming that everyone knew, it showed up on screen, but still,
okay. So Skull Clamp is an artifact that lets you equip it. You cast for 1, equip for 1. Equip creature gets +1/-1, and whenever equip creature dies, draw 2 cards. So when you put on a 1/1 token, you draw 2 cards, but you lose your token. That's not insignificant here, but answers are more valuable than chump blockers at this point. So I can draw 2 cards. Is what essentially happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
So I drew 2 cards. Who are you and what do you do? All right. I will pass to you.
Pass to me. Okay.
I miss you already. You had so much chumping to do, and I pseudo-sacrificed my chump. And I mostly had a beer, too.
Okay. I'm going to... Okay, that taps for colorless. There's another one that counts. Okay, that taps for colorless. So that's 2.
None of that can matter.
3, 4, 5. And I'm going to cast my commander.
Dang, I think Trample's about to come into effect.
And then... Sorry, I'm just trying to do some math quick in my head. Okay, so then I'm going to move to combat. I am going to swing in with the Stalking Leonin, which once again is a 9/9. Put up to a 10/10 due to Exalted. Put up to a 13/13. I'm then going to pay a white, a green, and whatever, and I can only do this once, and make this +X, which is its power and toughness. So it's a 26/26 with trample.
There's that keyword trample coming to effect.
When it attacks, I can destroy target permanent. I'm going to destroy that.
Okay. I'm going to sacrifice that to make him indestructible.
Okay.
So at least he won't die. In theory, when he chump blocks.
He won't die, no.
No, I'll still take
24?
24. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
that
so we
seems
move
about
to
right.
damage.
I had 24 exactly. Like 24 exactly. Oh, and he had Death Touch. I got to play my Aetherborn Vampires. Since I put them in the deck, I don't think I've played either of them, and I've been dying to. You talk about the speed of this deck. The speed of that deck in Heads Up, I think, is bonkers.
The perfect storm of cards to like that was,
and then 7
Yeah.
land on turn 5 or something.
but no one was mana screwed.
No.
which is what people were
No.
saying last time, right? And so this is that was of the best 2 out of 3. This is the second game, and
like if that was able to hang around even a little bit longer, if I was able to, I could have cast him anytime I wanted. I could have even had that guy who's a decent dude who, with lifelink and stuff.
Yeah.
Things could have gone different, but you just had the answer with that 13 mana that you needed to.
Lucking into exact mana for when this needed to hit the board for 12 in total.
And I was able to chump for how many turns there too on big damage.
That's the thing as well too, right? So, and then getting the exact right amount of damage when you were at 24. So it's like I said, that's why it's the perfect storm. It's not even like this is typical. I mean, this is how this deck goes off. Essentially, it goes to a certain degree until you get your commander out, and then you're swinging in for a ridiculous amount. This is how our this is actually our friend Jay's deck.
Yeah,
he's kind enough to lend this to us 3 times now. And that's how it's always gone when we've played him.
Yeah.
He seems almost like the underpowered one in a multiplayer commander game until his commander gets on board, and then it gets nuts.
Until you, like it happens a lot of commander, you kind of ignore him because all he has is artifacts down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're like, oh, look at his board of creatures, look at my board of creatures, and his crazy enchantments and everything. So you're like, he's got a bunch of artifacts. And then 40 trample damage out of nowhere is like, what just happened?
And then they disassemble into a much larger cat.
Yeah.
Much
like Voltron.
Much like Voltron. And then it destroys. So, so there we go, folks. That was the definitive end to our 1v1 Commander
and
2017 series.
Play like a single card that you put in that deck?
Nothing I added. I know Jay
boards.
has actually added some cards in this deck as well too. So this was as pure of a win with this deck as you can get.
With them all being essentially from the deck. Like there was no like crazy, I got to search for this and do this kind of thing. Like,
other than the lands. The lands thing, I mean, that cannot not be understated. That card, and that's also why I didn't want to give up any of the cards in my hand when you swung in. And I realized some people have been like, oh, you should have saved that for the target, which could go indestructible. But for me, I didn't want to give up, even if it, not even a matter of him not being able to play the cards because some of them had green.
Yeah.
It was not wanting to give up a single card. So
I was really, I want to see this guy in multiplayer though, because in a board wipe, if you have one other creature, you can sack your other creature, give him indestructible, and when all the other creatures in like a multiplayer game die, he gets a +1 counter for each of those creatures. Unless they're being exiled, if they're being like destroy all creatures. So he's my only real defense against board wipes in multiplayer. That's why I like him so much.
And he did
okay here today though.
That was one of my sort of plans when like one of the things I added a
Fumigate.
Wrath of God and a Fumigate, because board wipes I think are super important, especially when you're going up against the vampire deck, because it can usually get a large board state early, but it doesn't have much. It doesn't have counters, and it like counter spells.
Yeah.
So the only real way around it is something like that gains indestructible, and that thing would have got huge, right? With a board wipe if both sides had quite a few creatures. So there we go, folks. The next one we're going to do is it's probably going to be the losers bracket. So it's probably going to be dragons versus the wizards, and then we're going to put the 2017 commander decks to rest, at least for 1v1.
Well,
I do want to do a multiplayer. Yeah, for the Mana Cave, and then after that, we should finally be able to do the Planeswalker decks for the new expansion coming out. Yeah. So Rivals of Ixalan.
Rivals of Ixalan,
Yes. So that I'm pretty excited about, because people seem to enjoy the Planeswalker deck showdowns, and they've been wanting to see Jace again. So Jace is going to win fight the winner of that series as well too. And those are going to be best 2 out of 3s right out of the gate. So
he'll be fighting Angarath.
You think so?
The Minotaur.
Yeah.
Me with the Minotaur? Even a watered down weak Minotaur?
So I'm like, I guess I'm gonna call it right now. You're gonna want to play the Minotaur deck.
I normally don't actually put my hands up and I want this one, but I kinda want the Minotaur.
You want that one? Okay.
Yeah. For no other reason as Minotaur. Like I've even seen obviously what's in the deck. Although I think I've seen his summon Planeswalker card or draw a Planeswalker card, whatever you want to call it. And it is actually decent. I can't remember what it is at all now, but This is not a preview video for those things. I recall it being cool.
It looks cool. I think you know, I have my complaints about the Planeswalker decks, but I do think a lot of them have interesting aspects to them.
Yeah.
So that's that coming up in probably not, like I said, not the next Mana Cave, but the Mana Cave after that. Yeah. So in the meantime, thank you guys very much for watching, and we will see you all next time.
Yeah.